Hi, welcome back. I've got another little friend here today, and this is just a little baby robin, and he's just the cutest little thing. And he's a little nervous about being here in the studio with all the lights, and he's probably 3 or 4 weeks old. But isn't he precious? Just a little baby one. I like these little robins because they have one of the nicest personalities of any birds going. Look at that. And probably in about another 3 or 4 weeks, he'll be ready to release and send back to the wild. So let's start out today and have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with us. While they're doing that, why don't you come on up here and let me show you what I've got done, and I'll set this little fella down. There you go, guy. You sit right there. I have my standard old 18 by 24 inch canvas, but you use whatever size makes you comfortable. It's covered with liquid white. It's all wet and ready to go, so let's go. Thought today we'd just do a fun little painting, something that's quite easy and that you'll enjoy. Take a little bit of we'll use a little Indian yellow today, very little. I just want to put at least a little hint of a yellow glow back here. I think I'll put a little mountain in. So I want just the least little amount of a glow, a yellowish glow coming out from behind the mountain. So very, very little of this Indian yellow. Little goes a long, long way, because it'll mix with a liquid white and it'll spread all over the canvas if you want it to. We just want a very small amount, something about like that. All right. Now then, we'll take a little touch. We'll use a little bit of the phthalo blue. Use a little phthalo blue. I like it. That's a very pretty blue, very, very shiny blue. Makes you happy to look at it. We'll go right up here at the top, make our little crisscross strokes, our little X's. See there? Both sides of the brush, though. See how you use both sides? Good. We'll start at the top, work all the way across, and then begin working downward in layers. And that way, automatically, it picks up the liquid white, and it gets lighter and lighter toward the horizon. And that's exactly what we're looking for in a landscape. Okay, maybe down to about like that. That's good enough for what we're going to do today. Now then, tell you what, while we have that old blue on there, put a little more phthalo blue, reach right next door, get a little bit of the phthalo green. So we have phthalo green and phthalo blue, and just sort of mix them together on the brush. Now phthalo green is another color that's extremely strong. Be careful with it. Eat up your whole world in a heartbeat. Okay. And just pull from the outside in. I'm going to make a little water down here, I think, today. So pull from the outside in, like so. A little more of the paint. Start on the other side, do the same thing. Same exact thing. I want to leave a little area open right in there, so it looks like the light shining across the water when we're finished with the painting. Okay, time to wash the old brush. That's the fun part of this. That's the fun part. Okay, shake off the excess. And just beat the devil out of it. Oh my goodness. There. Now with a clean brush, I'm just going to go gently across this entire water area. That light area we had in there will remain. Okay. Knock off any excess paint. And where these two come together, I'm just going to blend them. Just want to blend them. Now be very careful when you're using blue and yellow in the same sky, or you'll end up with a brilliant green sky. Very careful. The only reason we're getting away with this because the liquid white was on here and we've diluted this yellow till it's almost nothing but liquid white up there. But it still has a little bit of yellowish flavor in it. There we are. Okay, and I beat the brush just to knock excess paint off without going through the whole cleaning procedure. In layman terms, that's called laziness, because I don't want to have to clean it again. All right, tell you what, let's do a nice, big, strong mountain today. We're going to use some black, a lot of black, Van Dyke brown, and let's put a little bit of the blue in there, and we'll use a little bit of the phthalo blue. You could use phthalo or Prussian. I think I'll use phthalo in this particular one. Very dark color. Okay, cut off our little roll of paint. right out on the edge there. And let's go right up in here and make a big decision. Maybe our mountain lives right about there. Get a little more of the color. It comes out maybe soon. Whatever. Just put in, I'm just going to put the top of the mountain in right now. Just the top. We're going to put all kind of little doers on this mountain. There. We'll stop him right there. And I'm going to mix up some white, and we'll just use a little bit of the midnight black, make a nice gray color. That's going to be our highlight color, maybe a little bit darker. Just black and white, or white and black, whatever your preference. For shadow, I want to use black and white, and a little touch of the Prussian blue in it. Not much, just enough blue to flavor it a little. But I want the shadow color, needless to say, to be much darker than the highlight color, but yet not as dark as the base of the mountain. Okay, let me wipe the old knife. Now then, let's come right up in here, and I'm just going to touch this and sort of let it just bounce so that it breaks. But see what's happening? Just let it sort of break going in that direction. Right up in here, something like so, wherever. I'm going to grab the small knife now. We're going to use a small knife, come right along in here, and just put an indication of some shadow back in here. There we are. Maybe I'll put just the least little touch more blue into my shadow. Ooh, that's nice. Like that better. We'll blue it up a little. Stands out better. There. See, it makes the indication of a big old square looking mountain up there. Now then, right in here, just using titanium white, I'm just going to touch. Just let it just sort of bounce and play along there. Maybe we'll have a big old glacier here in this one. Just sort of touch it. Then gently pull it. Gently. Okay. Then we'll put the least little touch of phthalo blue in there. Least little touch, so it looks like a little shadow area here and there. Okay, good. It looks like there's a little ridge right there. Okay, just keep working right on down. Wherever you want it to go. Think about a little glacier, though, that lives right here in this mountain. There. Okay, look at all the snow cones you could make with that. All right, and we'll just begin blending that together very gently. Now, over here on the other side, we had a little phthalo blue in that one. On this side, I'm going to use straight titanium white. There. And just let it go in the opposite direction. But I want this to be brighter, more to the white than the other side, so that you can distinctly tell that there's a light side and a dark side to this. A little shadow back here. Look at that. Now then, just sort of apply that like that. Now we can go back with a clean and very, very dry brush and grab it and lift it, following the angles, something like so. And that'll sort of bring it all together. And that's one of the nicest, easiest ways of creating the illusion of a little glacier. And let's go back here and have some dark color, maybe right there. Maybe there's another little doer right in there. And maybe, since this is our world, we can do anything we want to. Maybe there's a little more snow you can see right in there. Just a little, though. We don't want a lot. Just a little. There. With our good, clean, dry brush, gently, gently, gently blend that back together. Just blend it back together. Now, our highlight colors, just basically black and white. And a little bit of our shadow color can sneak right back in there. All right. And we need a little touch of color right on that little rascal. We don't want him left out. Okay. And maybe then you have to start making big decisions here. Where does all these little peaks and valleys and all those things live in your world? Maybe that comes right on around. I don't know. Yeah, I do. There it is. See? Just make a decision, drop it in. But you can make some of the most gorgeous mountains doing this. And at home, you have unlimited time, so you can really do a fantastic job. This old mean director here, she has no sense of humor if I go over 30 minutes. There we go. So, but at home, you can do this. Just take your time and make beautiful, beautiful things. Send me some photographs of what you're doing. I'd love to see them. And every once in a while, we put them all together and we make a little board and show it on TV of what people are painting all over the country. And it's unbelievable what people are doing. I get a lot of letters from young friends that are doing some of the most gorgeous paintings. Absolutely spectacular. There. And make a little shadow. Just sort of figure out where you think the highlights and the shadows would live. Okay. Maybe this one comes right down like that. It makes the illusion then of a little valley in there. Just like that. Okay. But this is just black and white, or white and black, or any combination in between. A little dark. Got to have that dark so the light will show. And I like the contrast here, that stark black color against the gray. That's what really makes this stand out. There we are. And no, this is not any particular mountain, to be honest. I'm just sort of making it up. But maybe where you live, there is a mountain around that you'd like to paint. And this will show you how to do it. Just sort of look at the mountain that's in your area. And using these basic principles, you can paint your own mountain any old way that you want him. Maybe a little highlight out there. And here and there and there and here, a little bit of the shadow colors will show. I don't want to lose that nice darkness, so I'm not going to put a bunch of shadows in there. There we are. Maybe there's a little shadow right there, though, and a little highlight right above it. Then maybe there's another little shadow that comes right down like that. Isn't it fantastic what you can do with a big old putty knife looking thing and a little practice, and you can do this. You can do anything that you believe you can do. And I know you can do this, so certainly you know it. There. There we are. Wasn't that a cute little robin on the beginning of the show? I like that little rascal. Robins have some of the nicest personalities of any of the birds I've met. And I've raised a lot of little birds, and they may be my favorite. There's a lot of exotic birds around that you can look at, but sometimes the little common birds that we see every day and we take for granted can be the most beautiful if you just take the time to get to know them. And one of the best ways, put a feeder out in your yard and watch how many little critters show up. I just beat some of that paint off the brush there. A little bit over in here. I remember just recently, my partner's Walton Annette put a bird feeder out in the net, called me, and she says, "I don't think the birds like me. There's no birds around." I told her just to wait a day or two. Within probably a week, she called back and she says, "I can't keep enough food in the house to keep them all going." In just a matter of maybe a week, they had found her feeder, and well, she was in business. I tell you, she had more birds running around. And now we've got Walt interested in it. And he's out with his video camera. They've become his special little critters now. So we have another convert. Okay, enough yakking. I'm gonna get on my soapbox about the little birds. But that's a nice way of making a very effective little mountain. And you change it to match a mountain that you want to have in your painting. We just want to show you how to make one. All right, let's take black. We'll use some of this Prussian blue. Shoot, I'm gonna grab some of this phthalo green. There we are, maybe a little Van Dyke brown. There we are, maybe even a little alizarin crimson. I like that. That gives it a nice flavor. Okay, now then, I'm gonna clean off this old knife. Let's find us a fan brush. There we are. Maybe in our world, back here at the base of this mountain, live some nice little trees, little friendly trees. There. Now we want to save a little mist between the trees and the mountain. Otherwise, the trees will just sort of disappear right into the mountain color. So we want to save a little misty area in there. It's very important, very valuable. It's like a good friend. Take care of it. Take care of it. There. Okay. Maybe we have some trees living all the way back somewhere in here, wherever you want them to go. Wherever. And we'll take them on off over here. Something like that. Just let them grow and grow. But all we're doing is sort of tapping downward. Just give it a little downward tap. Maybe I'll have some big trees over there. That sounds like a good idea. So, if you decide you're going to have big trees over here, then you don't have to paint that area. Of course, if you change your mind, then you got to go back and put them in. But that's all right. Just tapping the base of this with a 2-inch brush firmly to help create that illusion of mist. And I'm going to lift upward a little bit. And anything you don't like down here, you can just blend it in. No biggie. Why, isn't that a big mountain? My gosh. Like them old big mountains. Tell you what. Take a little of that same color, save a little misty area, and maybe if we said we was going to have some water, pull straight down with the same color, same exact color. There we go. Just pull it down. Take another brush that doesn't have so much paint on it. Now go gently across. And that quick, we have instant reflections. Instant reflections. You can take a fan brush with a little bit of light color, white, whatever, lift upward, and it'll look like little tree trunks far away. Or you can do it like this and lift upward, and see it'll make another plane there. Looks like a little ridge or something there. Creates another plane in your painting. And the more planes that you have in your painting, usually the more depth and distance you'll have in it. That's a sneaky little way, though, of getting an extra plane without working for it. Well, at least not working much. Maybe we're doing a little bit. To me, painting's not work. It's just fun. Let's take a little bit of that same dark color. I want a little peninsula right here. Just drop it in. And underneath it, pull down. And once again, we have a little reflection. That's all there is to it. Take that same color, go into a little bit of the cad yellow and yellow ochre, Indian yellow, and it'll make a nice green. We can put some highlights right there on that. There they are. See there? There we go. Just however many you want. Maybe it comes back to about like that. Let's take a little dark sienna, a little white, mix it together, make it a brownish color. And let's go back in here and firmly lay in the indication of a little bit of land that lives way back here. I'm rubbing it quite firmly into the canvas because I don't want the color to stand out too bright. just enough so you can see there's a little dirt back here. There we are. There we are. There we are. There it goes. And then we can take a little touch of the liquid white. I'm going to add a little touch of phthalo blue to it, not much, just to dull it down a little. And here and there and there and here, you can put the indication of a little water line. There. Don't want too much. All right. Okay, we got to start making some big old decisions here. Maybe in our world, there is, maybe there's another little peninsula or bigger peninsula. It comes right down, something like there. Wherever, you decide. And underneath it, once again, we need a reflection. If you ever do a painting and it looks like the land up here is floating in the air, chances are you forgot the reflections. And it'll give the indication that it's floating above the water instead of in the water. You need some kind of little reflection to set the land down into the water. Okay. There. I'm just wiping off any excess paint that's on there. A little bit of the cad yellow, yellow ochre, Indian yellow. Once in a while, a little touch of the bright red. Not too much. It'll eat up your whole world. And maybe right back here we put a little highlight. Some happy little things that are growing right out here. But see, you need that dark or this won't show. Absolutely won't show. Because light against light gives you nothing, or dark against dark gives you absolutely nothing. There we go. Pull it down. Once again, back to that dark sienna. This dark sienna with a little white in it. Just to put the indication here. Some little something, a little bit of the liquid white. There we go. Now then, let's build us a happy little tree or two, or three, or four, or however many. There he is. Big old tree lives right there. Just from side to side, like so. See how that stands out against that little bit of yellow back here? We don't care what it looks like on the bottom because we'll separate that later. There's another one. There. See down here you can just do anything that you want to do. Doesn't matter. And, oh, there's one. You decide how many trees live in your world. All right. Just want to darken that all in real good there. Okay. Maybe you're right. There's another one. There. Just back and forth, though. There. Isn't that a nice way, though, to make some very effective little evergreens? Tell you what, let's put one or two on the other side. We don't want it left down. There it is. Choom. There it comes. Once again, watch that yellow. That dark color against that yellow. That's why it's in there. Just for the contrast. Maybe this one here, it's got a little tilt on him. There. There we are. Let's go back to our old brush. It has a dark color in it. The old 2-inch brush. And maybe this comes right down. Right on down. There we are. It swings back up. Did you ever know you had so much power that you could do things like that? Lake sort of looks like a little heart back here. Our Valentine painting. In this here we can just paint in. It doesn't much matter. Doesn't much matter. There we go. Put this in with an old shoe, I guess, if you wanted to. Yeah, we go back into our yellows, yellow ochre, Indian, yeah, little cad yellow. and begin picking out the little highlights here, the little grassy areas that live right along. If you work with this a little bit, you'll be surprised at the effects you can make with a big old 2-inch brush. There. Maybe here and there's a little bush, just sort of hangs out of here. There he is. But pay attention to the lay of the land here. You don't want to just throw these in at random. Lay of the land is very, very important. Very important. It'll make or break your painting. There. Over here on the other side, can't leave him out. Put a few little things coming right down like that. Right on down. Okay. Something like so. All right. Tell you what, let's do. We got just a second left here, so with that, I'm going to put just an indication of a trunk here and there. There we go. Let's take a fan brush with a little bit of green on it, put some highlights on these trees. We'll about have a finished painting once we've done that. Think about where the light's coming from. Our mountain indicates it's coming from the right. So that's where we want emphasis on the trees too. There we are. Little highlight on there. And on this one, don't want much on that one because it's behind. See, and this one's in the foreground. You have to make those decisions. A little on this one, and we'll call this old painting finished. Hope you've enjoyed this one. It'll certainly teach you how to use the tools, and I think you'll find it very, very rewarding. From all of us, I'd like to wish you happy painting, and God bless, my friend.